their lives to COVID-19.
Are we ready?
You are all set.
Thank you, James. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Environmental Quality Commission regular meeting. Today is Thursday, March 11th at 2021, and we are at 6:33, calling the meeting to order. Okay. James, would you be so glad to do the roll call, please?
I actually don't have one with me. Rob, you got it?
Sure do.
Perfect.
Rob, please. Thank you.
Yep. Commissioner Bonkall,
Here.
Chairperson Foley.
Yep.
Commissioner Serio,
Present.
Commissioner Trombetta,
Here.
Councilmember Minor,
Not yet.
Councilmember Pedreco.
I'm here. Sorry, Rob.
Oh, that's all right, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
And Town Planner Renata.
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Gail called. She said she'll be late. Okay, so Pledge of Allegiance, guys. If you can stand, please do. And I got to get my flag here. I pledge allegiance to the
Yes.
flag of the United States of America,
And to the
to
republic.
the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Yeah.
under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all. Excellent. Thank you all very much. Okay, dokies. Oh, all righty. We did our pledge. Okay. We have in front of us, you were sent out the January 14th and February 11th minutes. Do we have any, well, one, we could take a motion to approve each one separately in case there's any additional changes that would be done. And if there are changes, Rob, they have to show up in this meeting's minutes, please. Any changes to anybody on the January 14th, 2020 minutes?
No.
Motion, will someone make the motion to approve them?
I make a motion to approve the January minutes.
I second it.
Joe?
I second it.
Okay, second. And
Wait. I see a correction.
okay,
It says January 14th, 2020.
it's supposed to be what?
I see it says January 14th, 2020.
Okay, so yes, it should read as I read 2021. With that correction, are we all in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you. Okay, unanimous. Okay, now we will have February minutes of February 11th. Okay. Any corrections? May I have hearing none, may I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the
I make a
February
motion to
minutes.
accept the February 11th minutes.
Okay, Karen first. Joyce, you can be second this time. Okay. And everybody in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous. And thank you, Rob, for taking our minutes. Which allows everybody to really be able to participate in the meeting. Any public participation?
Nobody is joining us so far this evening.
Thank you, sir. All right, we'll hop right into old business. Oh, all right, let's talk about our biggest thing here. If it's on the agenda, We'll speak about it when we get there, please, in order to keep this thing going. All right, sustainable events, and what's been going on. I've been working on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 events, or not events, but 8 action items on the list, and they're worth upwards of about 100 points. I finally had a chance to add them up. Of course, I'm not going to guarantee 100 points, but I keep finding 5 points here and 10 points there, and it started to add up very, very well. So part of it had to do with getting sent out to the town council a policy on equity so that they'll approve that. Also for them to attain equity training. We have the CPACE information that we spoke about before. That information is back in. Let's see. We also have for training of commissioners. And so I'm going to send out to the commissioners if they've attended any kind of training in the last 18 months or so to write it in. 2 of us here have attended 2 out of 3 of us attended equity, and the other person attended equity. So we're going to split ranks on there so we can get points in 2 places, but not double dip, which will be great. We also, Rob will talk a little later, but on some non-mandated recycling items. We've also got his name added to the website to show that he is the recycling coordinator. That corresponds exactly to the information that is on DEEP. I've gotten a bunch of information back on community growing spaces, which is worth 15 points. I've been working with the Parks and Rec. So I hopefully will get some more information on that. And that's all I have to report so far. And Renata, I bet, has a bunch of items too. So Renata.
I wouldn't say exactly a bunch of items, but I have had, I received a notification from schools. Unfortunately, they were not able to commit to this program as of now due to like schedule and just amount of planning that is needed to have some students involved. So they sort of stepped back, but Patty, you are working on a different way to still somehow get a hold of that demographics and include them in this program through the perhaps pollinator pathways if we end up doing that.
I'm waiting to hear from Bill on the pollinator pathway because he has kind of like hacked the pollinator pathway program in a program he has done. But if it can be massaged into before the planting happens and we involve the students, we might be able to get more points. Okay, for a program that wouldn't qualify for community planting, it would qualify otherwise. And it might be able to qualify to get the equity portion that we have to make it equitable. So I just started reading about some of that after our conversation today, Renata.
So secondly, like you, I have attended a number of equity trainings. One of those was offered by City Sustainable, but I also attended most recently at least 3 that are probably eligible for some points provided by like different organizations. And lastly, I had met with the director of social services or social services director. I don't really know what her title is, and the senior center director. And we had discussed several items that perhaps could be either checked in by them for like recent projects or projects that they have on an ongoing basis. As well as some of those things that they could quickly accomplish to collect some points. And I actually dropped the ball on that because I was supposed to send them something and then life and work took over. I didn't. So I just followed up today. I haven't heard back yet.
Okay, well then we'll be hearing something probably very positive by a month from now. That would be super. Thank you. Any other general comments about Sustainable Connecticut that's not on the agenda? Cool, we can move on. Okay, Facebook pages. Our regular business page has gone up again. We're at 117. Our group is at 229, so we're still picking people up. It was a light month for me because I wasn't feeling really well. And I'm kind of sad because I only put out 11 posts between the two pages. But I did hold a group poll, which was one of the posts. And I asked people, I was curious of their point of view about having a bulk food, zero waste store. Now, some people think Costco is a bulk food store, and it was interesting to learn about how people read the word bulk food. And when we're talking bulk food, zero waste, we're talking you have a container and you fill your container and then you take it home. Not that you bought 12 or 26 in a package per se. So it's kind of interesting. The poll worked okay, not completely great. Thank you for Facebook, but overwhelmingly, once we determined and made sure they understood what a bulk store was, we had an overwhelming 32 people say yes, 4 in the poll, and then a bunch of people weren't able to actually hit the yes or no buttons. And we ended up with almost 180 comments of people having a discussion about this online. Not shabby. Most of it was positive. There was a lot of, oh my God, there could be germs and so forth and that kind of thing. And what's COVID? And I said, well, that's nice, but COVID will only last for a while. And, we have to kind of think past that little part. But obviously the 2 bulk stores I was thinking of, which are downstate, they've been open, just having to do things a little bit differently. Like in the case of one of the stores, you can't bring your own container in. So they give you a biodegradable bag that you can put your stuff in. And when you get home, you put it in your own container just to deal with the coming in and out of their establishment. But anyway, it was one of those things that just caught my eye. I was reading some passages about, and are we looking at and trying to get a feel how people understood when we thought about a bulk type store. Some folks are really can't wait to have one, have been looking for them. They go over to a little bit at Whole Foods or places like that, but it's not a store that is, lots of stuff. But anyway, that's all I had in that area. But I thought it was kind of good to get some feedback, and especially just to kind of stir it up and get some real people talking, and keep sending them back to our page, and so they can find out more. All right. So letter C, Miss Banco. This is your baby.
Just as a reminder, the contest, the upcycling contest starts. Last day anyone can submit test application is June 1st. The contest ends June 12th. And it's been a few months since I drafted a letter that was supposed to go to Lowe's asking for $200 in gift cards. I still do not know the position of that letter or whose desk it's sitting on. We're committed to giving out 2 prizes. I think at this point, we'll probably have to forget about Lowe's possibly donating or being a sponsor. Advertising on the Parks and Recreation Board. Patty was supposed to tell me whether she had a board or NCTV had a board, but I guess she forgot. So she's going to get back to me on that. Right, Patty?
Yes, I am getting back to you because when I got there last night, I wish you had like reminded me, but I will look in the storeroom over the weekend. I know we have a 4x8 because we use a 4x8 for that time. And if we have nothing on the backside, we might be able to arrange to use it somehow. But let me,
Great.
okay, okay. I'm writing my to-do list, Joyce, hold on. Okay, and then, TV time.
I don't think it even has to be 4x8. I think
Yeah,
it
it has
could
to be
be,
a 4x8. That's how it fits in the damn holder.
Oh, okay.
That's how
Okay.
big the sign has to be. I mean, you don't have to have words on the whole
Okay.
sign. You just have to, it has to slide in.
Okay.
All right. I
And
wrote
then, okay, Scott, who maintains the town's website, has a draft landing page for the contest. I was wondering maybe, oh yeah, okay, there it is. I'd say he's on the right track with this landing page, except I don't know why CPACE, that CPACE thing is there, and I discussed it with Patty, and she doesn't know why it's there either.
what?
But what is actually more important right now
Yeah,
is the URL that is going to be used, because that is holding me up regarding advertising this contest. I cannot advertise the contest without that URL.
is that?
I don't
is
want to. I don't want to just direct people to the town's website and then say, search for the contest. I don't
No.
want to do that.
No, it has to be.
Anyway,
a live
next
link.
week is the deadline for a story, Newington Life. They wanted to do a story about the upcycling contest for their April issue. Without the URL, there's not going to be any story.
No.
So the purpose of having this here is for you guys to make changes. I have authority to move anything around on this page.
Well, first of all, upcycling is the /V exercise. First
Say that.
sentence.
Say that again? Oh, yes. I didn't write it, so we'll take that out right now. Keep going.
Upcycling is the exercise.
You tell me what you want it to say.
It's
Good.
the act of.
The act of creating a usable product.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And maybe improves the efficiency of resources.
Okay.
It's Environmental Quality Commission. Next sentence.
I guess after the next paragraph, I think that should probably end with a question mark.
Well, first of all, first paragraph, there's 2 periods at the end of the sentence. Not necessary. And the first sentence of the second paragraph, there's no period.
No. I haven't looked at this page yet, so this is all on you guys.
You could have done this how long ago? All right.
Also, maybe where it says town residents, the contest is going to be open to residents, nonprofits, and businesses. I don't know if we want to put that whole thing in there.
That's a discussion.
Joyce, this is your thing. So what do you want there?
You tell me.
What ways can town residents, businesses, and nonprofits.
Good, and in businesses should be a comma because it's 3 items separated. I'm in the other school.
Say that again? Sorry,
After the word businesses is a comma. There's
sorry.
three.
Missed that.
It's a style thing, but
Yeah, it's hard on a laptop.
okay.
What else you
Can,
got?
also, can the 2 paragraphs be both left and right justified?
No, it makes it harder to read.
Yeah, the format of the program and the website doesn't allow me to
Excuse
make a lot of changes that way. Unfortunately.
No, that's fortunate. Is that what you want to say, Joyce?
Looks good.
Okay, third sentence, third paragraph. Instead of find out, click here for, it's underlined. Why is it underlined? Is it a link?
This is a link,
Okay,
and that will go directly into this form as well.
okay.
Let's see, can we open that? There we go. That link will bring us directly into the rules.
Well, it's
But
rules.
back to the previous, instead of find out, I think Patty was suggesting click. Click here.
to-
For the,
Or to view, yeah. That looks good.
I want to change one thing there though. There's a space in here that's annoying me.
Oh, yes, there is. Okay. That's better.
Let's see, let me just hit that real quick so we can save it for in case. All right, what else you got?
There's a period after word entry in that same line.
Actually, I think it's an underline, but let's take a quick look.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's
could be-
just the
oh, it's
underline
not-
of the link.
Okay. Yep. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
I wish my screen was bigger.
Do we want to take this part out right here? If we're sort of saying contest twice?
Yeah.
Let's turn it into a period.
Now the period's in the right place.
Yes.
All right. On the left-hand side, in that funny, awful green blue color, it says draft CPACE. Why is that there?
These are all links that come off of this page. So right now, they are all in draft form, but these will all link in under our sustainable page on our website.
Yes, but CPACE doesn't belong here. It belongs on the business page.
It is on the business page.
Okay.
These are just draft pages. Don't panic about that. We've actually, let's see if I can show it to you here. Let's see. So under our community page,
No, under business.
yeah, maybe it's there. Yeah, so there's the CPACE program. So that, the link is in there. These are draft pages that we're working off of right now.
All right. Well, what does that page look like since we're already here?
You want to go to CPACE?
Well, we're already here, so that's why. I don't have time to come back and do this.
So this links us right into the state.
All right. So
Close
you
it
go,
off.
but you send them away from the town website to another website.
Correct.
But if I hit that back arrow, am I going to show back up at the town website? Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I don't want to abandon somebody somewhere.
Understandable.
Okay. And on this sustainable CP, they had that heading page. What does it look like? Voluntary certification to recognize thriving and resilient Connecticut municipalities and independently funded grassroots municipal commons.
I believe he pulled this right off of their webpage as
Yeah,
well.
I know, but it doesn't read right. An independently funded grassroots municipal effort Sustainable provides a wide ranging menu of best practices. What the heck does that link to?
Let's see. Look. So that's pulling into the actions.
Oh, all right. Go back, please. The issue is choose sustainable CP actions, implement them and earn perks towards their end. It was created by towns for towns, municipal leaders and from across the street. And people from key agencies, nonprofit. More information can be found that. Okay, so what is check those two links for me.
Sure can.
I want to make sure that they're going to
So
what
that's
we.
going to sustainable CT.
Okay, that's the main page, right?
Yep.
Where's that one?
This one is going to,
Yeah, no, click on it.
yep,
I don't know that
I
link.
don't
by
either.
heart.
Okay, so that's linking to here.
No, that's, go ahead, go down on this thing. No, that's not really good. That's not a great page.
Okay,
Okay. All right, got to figure that out. All right, the Environmental Quality Commission is working to obtain the sustainable certificate offered by sustainablecp.org for the town of Newington. 2 periods after Newington.
yep, I just saw that. Let's fix that one, and now I can go into this one. Okay,
Okay, part of the project is showing the community aware of.
I should say that should be making the community aware.
Is part of the project. No, that is. I don't even know what. Well, I don't even know what that means. It's not. It's one. It's one tiny action step. Yes, it was approved by the town council in 2014. All right, so and this is it. This is where are you having this? Where's this showing up?
This is the sustainable CT page on our website.
Okay, hold on. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. In the edit box is not what's showing above.
No, that edit box is the lower block. That's that second paragraph. They're two separate block areas.
All right, well, would you, hold on, don't move it. I'm going to take a screenshot because I'm going to work on that. Print screen. Thank you. Hold on, I got to now get out of this view. Hold on. Exit. Thank you. And let me go print this over here. Paint. Alt V. Okay. Close this down. All right, thank you, James. Because that's hard. That's just so not. It has no gumption to it.
And that's
It's
what we're here
important-
for you guys
and
with.
The second part of that, so the part of the project, big deal. Take that out. That is just so lame.
You want to take that whole line?
Take the whole line. That's very lame.
Okay.
We want to talk about the environment is running an upcycling contest. You can find more information on the contest page. Okay, leave it at that. We'll come back to getting some better words for the second thing.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, Joyce, back to you. What do you think? As long as the CPACE thing comes off our, because that has really, if we're going to have projects, completed projects, it should be in a different, it should be in a different place.
I think the landing page for the contest is good. It's short, to the point, crisp. Again, it's what's needed right now is the URL.
Right.
James, how,
It's right
how,
there, Joyce. You just didn't make the page active. There is a URL right there.
Yeah, we do have it here. It's just not accessible by the public yet. As soon as we take it out of draft form, it's accessible by you.
That's the Earl. Can you copy that, Joyce?
where? I don't see it.
That's the top of the page.
www.newington.ct.gov.
This will be your most important piece.
See the big blue that he's highlighting? In the-
2874?
2874 / upcycling -contest. And
Got
Councilor
it.
Echo has joined us at 7:02.
2874.
Okay,
And once we have that up and live, that'll be accessible to you at any point, as well as the public.
great. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
So,
so I'm gonna continue with my report.
yes, ma'am. Thank you, James.
You're welcome.
Also, Scott mentioned doing a news flash for the contest, and I like the idea, but I'm not following his questions regarding, he said he would need a synopsis describing the
What is your
item.
question?
So what
I'm
he's-
getting to it.
What he's going to need, Joyce, is what we do is we do a bullet line on the top of the news flash. So what we'll do is it'll be upcycling contest, something like that with a short blurb. And then we'll link directly into this page off of that news blast. And that will go out to anybody who is subscribed to our website.
And how many people is that?
I want to say there are around 13 to 1,500 the last look. And that was a ways back. So I'd have to look back into the settings to see where we're at. But there are quite a few people, but it depends on what they're subscribed to. It depends on
That's
if they're
right.
subscribed to the news flashes or to the boards and commission pages, those type of things.
Yeah, get me the total. I'm kind of curious. I want to know what kind of coverage we'll have with that.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, I was confused because Scott was mentioning a synopsis describing the item, and now that's taken care of in the application and in the rules of the contest. So any item description is not necessary because the judges are going to be voting on the photos, the 3 photos each person or business has to submit, the 3 photos, so it has nothing to do with description. The application asks for the item that's going to be upcycled, but a written description isn't necessary. The judges will be judging the photos.
Yeah, but what we're looking for the website is just that short synopsis of what the program is to make the public aware of it, bring them to the page itself. So we can probably use a little bit of the language in your rules and application to pull that into that news flash and put it out with the linking into this.
Okay,
Okay, I'll work with Scott on that piece of it for you.
okay, sounds good.
Can I add something to that, Joyce? It sounds like they're looking just for an advertising banner that you would see at the bottom of your TV, and something just saying upcycling contest, join, starting this date, in brief.
Right, and then
Is
they would
that
bring
correct?
it into the page. Yep, that's exactly it.
Okay. And then the next thing is the posters. The posters, well, I guess I couldn't print them or have them printed because I didn't have the URL, but I have the URL now. But once printed, I'm hoping everyone will volunteer to put up at least 5 posters, which should only take about an hour. And I have mapped out 36 businesses and nonprofit sites around town where we can potentially put up the posters. I'll run through the sites quickly before I ask for volunteers. The sites are the northern end of town around Johnny's, Main Street, there's 6 businesses, the Berlin Turnpike, 5 businesses, another Berlin Turnpike, 5 businesses, on Fen Road, 5 businesses, I'll take that. Fire stations, EMS complex, then Town Hall, then Stonehenge Nursery, 7-Eleven, etc. I'll take that too. So,
All right. Joyce, you understand that the EMS and the fire department and the town hall are closed to the public.
that's okay. The posters at the fire department or EMS complex, I'm sure will be seen by the people there in each of those buildings.
You're right, not by the public.
Okay.
Only, okay.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine.
Joyce, I think all of the Berlin Turnpike, I think, are 10.
You'll take the Berlin Turnpike? Both of them?
Yes. Need the locations if you want to email them.
Okay. Anybody want to do the northern end of town around Yanni?
Joe, can you do that?
Okay, what's the date again?
You could put them up as soon as you receive the posters. We'll discuss that in a minute or two, but as soon as you receive the posters, you can put them up.
Okay, on Yanni Street?
It's in the, I'll have the exact addresses of each of the businesses, but it's going to be that intersection around Yanni's, and there's a coffee shop there, and there's
Okay, and how many? Okay, and how many posters would there be?
I think there's, for that intersection, I think there's 5.
Okay, I could do that.
Thank you, Joe. All right.
How about Main Street? There's 6 businesses there.
Are you talking to me?
Anybody?
You also have, excuse me, you have Councilor Bedrejko said that she would help you with posters. All right, we wait. You can ask your mind. How's that?
Can I just ask a question? What I just got on, because I was at another event. What are these posters for?
The upcycling contest.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was, okay.
Right, take your moment and take a breath. Thank you for joining us, Gail.
Yeah.
So can you do 6 businesses on Main Street, Gail?
I can try. I can't guarantee anything, but I mean, I'll try, but I know, I just, when we were having like the litter pickup, for the past 2 years, it was kind of difficult to get some of the businesses to agree to displaying the posters. So, I mean, I'll give it a shot, but I'm not going to guarantee that.
No, we can't.
So when I go in that area, I'm supposed to ask the business if they want to put it up?
I'll have directions when you get the posters. I'll have directions as to what to say to the business. And if one of the businesses says no, try to find another business in the area or someplace that will accept the poster.
Okay.
Joyce, work up.
And do we go to the business directly? Is that how we're supposed to do it, or we call out the?
Yes, no, you have to go to the business directly. Yes.
Okay.
I'll also, I mean, I'll include it in Main Street. I'm going to go down Market Square because I think the chamber would put one up. So I should get.
Well, I was going to ask Joyce that she needs to. The chamber has now a new executive director, and it would be nice if you sent a note over to her, congratulating her on her new job, and ask her if she would be helpful in getting this out to the chamber members, because they're all Newington businesses. And you have something of that nature?
Yeah,
Okay, just
I have the,
Okay.
yeah, I
super, thank you.
have the, I do have the chamber down.
Okay, excellent.
So the, how about fire stations, the EMS complex?
The EMS is only, the volunteers are, there's nobody at EMS. They
Yeah, but
change-
when they come, and they come to the for the ambulance, they'll see the poster.
Okay, so that's like 4 people and they're on the road the entire night.
They
Nobody
have
sits-
they have to pick up the ambulance and put the ambulance back. They have meetings there.
No, they don't. Their meetings are all Zoom. I just talked to the president of the EMS, EMS today on another issue. So they're all Zoom meetings. They don't meet in person, other than the people who are on the and the volunteers who drive the ambulances drive from 6 at night to 6 in the morning. And then the third party provider does the daytime. And then they also, the volunteers also do Saturday and Sunday. FYI.
Okay, so you're saying I should cross off EMS complex?
Well, and I think we could just send them a notice and ask them to post it or let everybody know about it. That wouldn't be a bad thing. But don't think that the public's going to see it. You're going to have a couple, maybe a dozen people. That's it.
So an email
Okay.
to them might make more sense, is what you're saying, Patty.
Yeah, that might be something that would be a much more sense to send it to EMS to their email and ask them to post it and show to their members. And if they're interested, great. And if it's not,
Who would the email go to?
to Newington EMS. I don't have their
Yeah,
I
but-
don't have their email handy in front of me. You can look. I'm sure it's on their website or their webpage. And the president is Gloria.
Okay, so this is what we've got. The northern end of town around Yanni's, we've got Joe, Main Street, 6 businesses, Gale, the Berlin Turnpike, two Berlin Turnpike ones. Karen is doing on the Fen Road. I'm doing that one. Stonehenge Nursery and 7-Eleven area. I'm doing that one. So we still need somebody to do the fire stations.
There is nobody. They're close to the public.
I know, but I'll get the volunteers. The volunteers see this. The volunteers will see the posters.
Then, first of all, you're not going to get in. So why don't you email it to them? Email it to the chief and ask the chief.
Okay.
Because you're not going to get in the building. Same with town hall.
Okay.
Unless you have a key, you can't get into town hall.
I got in. I got in.
Joyce,
Okay,
I've got
then.
the contact for EMS, so I'll forward that to you in the morning.
Okay.
Thank you, James.
I have a couple questions. We're supposed to do like maybe 6 posters.
Well, I think, yeah. I think at that intersection, I have 5.
Okay, and when is this supposed to take place? When are the posters going to be ready?
That's coming up. I'm going to discuss that
Okay.
right now.
Just one question. We're supposed to go to businesses, but I'm thinking some of these businesses, they don't want anybody coming in there without an appointment. So I'm thinking maybe someone we could contact by phone. I mean, with COVID and everything.
Okay, well, here's
Oh my
Here's, for example, at the intersection where Yanni's is, there's Yanni's, there's Shell gas station, there's the Italian Gourmet Deli, there's
There's a
King
co-
Donut, and there's 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Okay, so we can go in there and ask like the manager or something.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And with any of these businesses, if you've got 5 posters and one of the businesses says no, find some other business that says yes and we'll let you put it up. That's all. I mean, the more exposure, the better.
And then how big are the posters? I just want to get, how big
They're
are the
like
posters?
8.5. They're like 8.5 by 11.
8.5 by 11, okay.
All right, so Joyce,
Okay, that leads to the next question. Does the town have a color printer where we can run off these posters?
James,
How many are we looking at?
36.
36 of them? I'll double check with Jeff Barron in the morning to make sure that our color printer has that, the cartridges full, and we'll get back to you on that piece.
thank you, James.
Okay.
No problem.
And then the last question is, once we have these posters printed, how are we going to get these posters out to everyone? Anyone have any
Well,
suggestions?
there's what, 4 of us, 3 of us? We could,
Joe, Gail, Karen, and me. So it's actually, I guess, just Joe, Gail, and Karen.
well, if James says he can print them, then I can swing by, pick them up from him and drop them at whoever's house they want them dropped at.
Okay, great.
That's that simple. It's not difficult.
You're awesome, Patty. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty.
Okay, but that's provided James has something on that. So hopefully for the few that we need, that would be wonderful. James?
I will double check in the morning and. we
And
will
I
get back to
have
you.
a question for James.
Go ahead.
James, is there any chance that these posters can be printed on some sort of heavy cardstock paper rather than the regular printer paper?
I have some 24-pound, so it's a little
would-
bit heavier than standard paper.
That's the
Um,
20% would be nice.
Okay,
Yeah, that's great.
that's easy.
Okay.
It's only 36 sheets.
That's
It's
all
simple.
I have.
Joyce,
That's all I
thank
have for
you.
my report.
Very, very comprehensive. Thank you. Okay.
Then we were supposed to ask them to put them up like in their window or just on the property, anywhere in the property.
It's kind of up to the business owner.
Okay.
You know, a window on the door. So you want it someplace where it's going to be highly visible, but that's somewhat up to the business owner.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, can we move on from this? We have any other questions? If we do, would you please just email Joyce and then copy the rest of us so we're all in on the conversation like that later. Thank you so very much. Excellent. I'm fading and I apologize. Okay, going to the the condominium letter that Commissioner Serio is working on. Go for it.
I'm all set. Just need to know what you would suggest next. If I simply just send the email out, I have over 20 emails. There's only one I don't have that I still wasn't able to obtain, but there's
Which association you don't have a one for?
the Newington Ridge Preserve. I have a physical address I did get, but not a email.
Yeah, you did. I just sent you her letter and copied you on it.
Oh, great. Thank you.
It was sent to you yesterday or the day before. I actually got through Eric at the town planner's office.
Oh, I missed it. Okay.
Yeah, so it was only the last day or two. And I introduced you and you would contact her. So now you have all email, right?
I should, yeah. So you gave me the edits on my previous.
Okay.
I could send it out next week if no one else has any objections or changes.
Nope, I just need the number that you're gonna want this to put under here and make sure that you have all the required stuff that we have to do in order
Right.
to. Yeah, okay, so that's on our way. Excellent, thank you.
Sure.
Wow, that's exciting. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Okay. Yeah, that took a little finding to find a woman who lives at Newington Ridge Preserve condominium. There's only 10 units there. That's all that got, that has been declared so far. And she was very helpful. She said she'd try her best, whatever she could. You'll see her email. I mailed it to you. All right. I have no updates on new members for the positions. Thank you. Okay. So we can skip that. Girl Scout troop inquiry. Well, the inquiry is now an update. I attended their meeting, and it was about 11 fifth and sixth graders. Unbelievable. They were so engaged. I was pleasantly pleased that these young ladies were really quite in tune with some recycling and climate change, and they knew the buzzwords for sure. They were very excited when I chatted with them about doing their project so they can get their bronze award. And so what we have set up is their homework for this month, which was the end of February to March, was that for them to write their scripts of what they're going to talk about, what was recycling. I gave them some hints about they should have props like, okay, this doesn't go in the recycling. This is ceramic and it's not recyclable. I told them get props, get all kinds of props so people actually see what they're talking about. They thought that was funny. They got a lot of giggles. But anyway, we're looking to do some filming for this. It will be outdoors and hopefully, obviously, a day with not too bright a sun. And we'll film the girls talking about whatever they are. We're going to put their story together, and we'll have a great little outreach of showing people what they should and should not recycle. And and thanks goes to Rob Hillman for getting that phone call and passing it along. It's going to work out quite nice.
Patty?
Yeah.
Patty?
Yeah.
Where is the film going to be shown?
Pardon me?
Where is this film going to be shown?
On NCTV and on social media.
Okay.
And then we'll link it from our page. We'll link it to wherever, but because we have to have a video host to be able to do this. So I'm making it part of an NCT project I'm working on. I only have like 12 over there, so what's an extra project or two? But the kids were fun, so we'll find out and we'll see how it works out. They're in the process of writing a script, so that because some of them want to talk about reducing, reusing. Then we get to recycle, and I said them. So this was the trick question. Let's see how many of you got it right. What's after recycling? Is there an R after recycling?
Repurpose.
Refuse
That's
is
the first one.
the
That's
first
number
one.
Well, they all very they were all really like, they're looking at me. And of course, I can see all their faces on screen. And we all laugh. And I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I said, okay, here's the famous word. If you can't recycle it, it becomes garbage. Well, we all got more giggles. So hopefully they felt quite inspired, and we'll see how it goes. And if anything, we'll have a cute little short quip on what the Girl Scouts feel. It's kind of, so I've been trying to think of how we'll chain them together. I told them if two of them want to do it together, or one of them might just want to do it, but they were like, oh, because you can tell a couple of the girls were a little bit closer, and some of them were more, solo type. And it should be fun, and guaranteed they're going to get their bronze award. And the scout leader was enamored by the whole thing, that they were so interactive. So that's what I have. All right, that's all.
I had a question about that. Is that something that the video could also be shared or short parts of the video on the Facebook page as well as the town page?
Actually, because it will be in
Great.
conjunction, we'll work with them. And CTV
Excellent.
just being stuck in there because they can put the video out and have it linked and therefore have a good video server, as opposed to putting it in something like a Facebook page, because the only problem is then linking it to someplace else is better in certain respects. Otherwise, the video does not belong to them anymore. It belongs to Facebook. And I don't want to give up their video to anybody. You know, we'll host the video. We got plenty of space. So and the video is not going to be long. I mean, this is not an hour documentary, guys. Remember, these are fifth and sixth graders. They were hysterical.
How, do you know how long it'll be, Patty?
I haven't a clue. Depends on what they want to do. There's 11 of them. How long could it be? It won't be that long. Trust me. It's not going to be a documentary. It's going to be something that's going to be cute, adorable, and it will really reach out for the fact that these are young people. I wish it could be something that I could say is, it was an equity thing, but there's not a damn bit of equity in this troop. So, moving on. School poster contest. Yes, I was supposed to get it to you, Karen. I'm going to try by the weekend. I just literally ran out of time. I was trying to keep all the other eggs in the basket from rolling out. So,
Yeah. One thing at a time. And, you know, if we have to, we, you know, we'll just take it as it comes.
yeah, I just haven't had a chance to sit and I haven't been feeling my 100% yet. Let's see. Okay. Oh, the other thing was going to 8. I forgot to update that. Yes, we were. I went on the Talk to the Mayor show. I think we talked about that. Yeah, we did last time, and I was on the town council's agenda for a meeting. Unfortunately, that meeting lasted until almost the next day, and I didn't get on to talk to anybody at the town council meeting until, I don't know, it was 10:45. And at that point, everybody was very tired. So, but at least we got a report in, and that's a good thing. And I have enough. Yes, Mr. Minor.
I apologize, but I've got to jump off for another meeting, so I will catch up with you next month.
Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, perfect. All righty. Let's see. New business. Can we flip over, please? Thank you, James. I have nothing new under this area. At least the only thing I do have new under here is that I talked, or I should say, I emailed back and forth several times with the Glastonbury group, who is doing a pollinator pathway, which they got when they got their CP Sustainable Connecticut Award. So I am being back and forth with them on getting some information and wondering how, because we know Weathersfield didn't do it, but they have theirs, and whether or not we could go from Glastonbury and make a connection from Glastonbury to Weathersfield to Newington. That would be kind of cool, because we're trying to build this pathway for native species for the local pollinators. So it's all just literally just got started. Okay, I just did that. Let's see. Rob, I got a question, and I put you on here because was there sand and salt available?
Yes, so we had put it,
because I didn't know about it, and I got blindsided out there in the public.
Yeah, we put up an automated gate. So unfortunately, residents only had access to the facility when we were there during regular business hours. But since we have put out 4 barrels outside of the gate, so residents now can access or can get salt sand mix at any time.
All right, so therefore, come, I don't know, November, December, there should be some kind of an alert. Like, your little alerts about Christmas trees and about that kind of stuff. Would you make sure you put that on your things to do so that there's an alert to let folks know? Because
I can do that.
that would be because we want to be open and make people realize that we have great services. That's one of the things that's really, well, it's not about the award, it's about the communications that we do with our services to our folks here in town. Yeah, that was weird. And let's see.
Where
Yeah.
is the salt and sand? Where is it?
It's at the highway garage. As you pull into the driveway at the highway garage, we have 4 barrels where there's salt sand mix.
Bring your bucket, bring a scoop, and you can get salt and sand and put it in your driveway. Got it?
Yeah.
It's a nice little thing, especially if you only needed a little bit. It's perfect. Let's see. Tell us about mattresses. I know you were working on that.
Yes, still working out. So I'm in the process of instituting a mattress recycling program in Newington, and where it is we'll be putting a 20-foot container at the transfer station, and instead of residents putting the mattresses or box springs at the curbside, which they still will be able to, we're going to ask them basically to do the right thing and bring them to the transfer station where they can be recycled. And almost 100% of the mattresses and box springs and materials that they're made of is recyclable. So
Isn't that amazing? I think that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
and would you explain to everybody that this is not a required recycling? Explain to them the difference between mandated and not mandated, or get the right term for me.
Okay, so no, it's mandated and those that are not mandated. You're correct. The mandated recyclables are your papers, your plastics, your like the newspapers, magazines, things like that. Basically the things that I shouldn't even say the things. It's not necessarily everything that grows in your blue container. Some of the things that we throw in there are not mandated by the state, but they are still recyclable.
Give me a for instance.
For instance, plastics 1 through 7, they are not mandated by the state to be recyclable. I'm sorry, 5 through 7. 1s and 2s, I'm getting a little confused. Plastic 1s and 2s, the little symbols that are on the bottom of your containers, are mandated by the state, but 5s through 7s, such as, oh gosh, I can't even think off the top of my head, are not mandated by the state.
Okay, that's perfect.
But and there's other things that are mandated by the state that don't necessarily go in your blue container, like waste oil is not allowed in the trash. That has to go and it has to be recycled properly, whether it's at our facility or at a local part store. Grass and leaves are mandated by the state. Those two don't go in the blue container, but they can be brought to our transfer station.
They don't go in the green container either.
Correct. They don't go in either container. Yes. Sorry. Thank you for helping clarify that, Patty. Yes. Correct.
Yeah,
they don't go in either container.
We get stuck looking at the blue one, and then somebody goes, well, if you don't say blue, I'll put it in green.
Agree. Yes. No. And that happens quite a bit. And then there's the stewardship programs that are run by the state, that are administered by the state, such as the what we call the covered electronic devices, your TVs, your printers, your laptops, hard drives. Those are not allowed in the trash container. Those can be brought to our transfer station where they are recycled. Oh, and televisions are part of that as well. There's and the mattress recycling program is part of that stewardship program, wherein they can still be disposed of through the bulk collection and actually go in the trash. But the right thing to do and for the environment and for the town in cost savings is to recycle them. So we'll be starting that
Absolutely.
program hopefully within the next month.
Excellent, excellent. This will be really good. So before you launch this thing, make sure we know, because we have to be able to go out there and toot your horn and really get it out in the social media side of life, because it takes a while before people actually realize whether or not these things are available. You got to hit them high and low and everywhere in between. But I think,
Yes.
and you said there was something like, I don't know, 500 mattresses last year.
No, 1,800.
Oh, I kind of forgot, like most of the year there, huh?
1,800 mattresses and box springs were disposed of by Newington residents last year.
Wow. Hopefully there's a whole bunch of people sleeping better.
Yeah.
So just for perspective, how many residents do we have? Like 30-some thousand, right?
30,000, and there is 13,500 homes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 30,000 people and about 13,500 homes. I mean, total homes, give or take. I know it's 11,800 or so for the garbage pickup, because then a lot of the homes go under, like my garbage is picked up by the town, but we don't have green barrels. We have a dumpster where I live. So we have blue barrels, but we don't have green barrels. So that's why there could be a difference in that thing. But yeah, it's amazing, huh? Kind of scary.
And Rob, can I ask, you said that the residents can still ask to have the mattress picked up, correct?
Yes, we're not eliminating them from the bulk collection at this point yet. I mean, that may change, but at this point we're not.
Okay, great. Thank
Now,
you.
is there a fee to pick up under bulk for a mattress?
We currently do not have a fee structure for any bulk collection. There's no cost to the bulk collection program for the residents.
I thought there was for metal.
That's a separate pickup. That is our scrap metal pickup, which is done on Tuesdays, and therein it's $11 for the first item and $5 for any additional items.
Okay, I was confused. Thank you, Rob.
Okay. Yep.
See, even me who talks about this stuff on a regular basis can still get confused. Just think about the average citizen. I feel bad for them when they're trying to navigate this.
Yeah, that's why the sanitation department is there to answer any questions that they might have.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, thank you for giving that kind of like whatever, but we need to get more when it comes to obviously the recycling and garbage. We need to get more notes and alerts out, so that are through the town, and then we can share them and bring them across to other social media to get everybody up and paying attention. And then one of the things I did at one of them at one time when you had posted something is I told them how to join up and get these alerts in their own email, so they don't have to worry about missing something that they didn't see in social media. Because if you're not popular, you're dead after 30 minutes. You're sunk down to the bottom. No one's going to see your post. So we want to make sure folks are aware of that. Let's see. All right. I think we're at our next big heading. Public participation. Did we get anybody in the room?
We got nobody.
Okay. We're trying, we're consistent, and this is more than what we had as a prior commission, which had meetings that were very inconsistently held. It makes it hard. So you can't expect everybody to drop and run to a meeting yet, but we're getting there. All right. Now we go my favorite part, because I get to be quiet. Commissioner comments. Let's start at the top. Miss Joyce.
Well, I've got to finish the poster and get the URL on there and get a QR code on there. I've got to talk to the editor of Newington Life and talk to Rare Reminder and get the display ads in the newspapers. And I'm glad I have the URL, because it's a month from now that the contest begins. So it's Put the pedal to the metal, I guess.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, Miss Karen.
I'm excited for the upcycle contest and Joyce, after you get the publication out there, I think we will start to get some more interest and perhaps another commissioner as well. So I think getting the word out will help us as well to get some more input or public participation or perhaps another commissioner or two. And I will follow up on the email to the condos and anything else that we do for Earth Day.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, Joe, how about you?
I think we're on the right track, and when we're doing everything, everything that we could consider the situation.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Joe. Chris stepped out, but welcome, Gail. We haven't heard from you too much tonight.
No, I have nothing to say.
You've had
I'm
a long
sorry.
week.
It's been, yeah, there's meetings every night between this and work. So, but, you know, I'm glad that you guys are continuing because the first year getting, you know, an event off the ground is difficult. So, you know, Joyce's efforts certainly are, I feel for you, Joyce, trying to figure out where to go and how to publicize it. But hopefully this will, yeah, the first year will, you know, probably not be very large, but it'll pave the way for future years. So thank you.
Excellent. Gail, I have one question. Can you be sure occasionally at your, you know, at the end of your meeting, except the meetings that end after 10:30, to give the EQC a little thumbs up for us?
Well, yeah, but yeah, again, we've actually tried to not have liaison reports where there's really just minutia details. So, I mean, as the contest, you know, gets going and whatever, definitely, or, you know, as we start, you know, getting major events towards the certification, but I mean, I'm not going to promise every week because, you know, it, the meetings will be another hour and a half, so.
Oh, God forbid, no. You're getting marathon meetings. I give you guys a lot of credit and we really appreciate it because as we are, so are you. While though elected, you are really putting in yeoman's work to get a lot of changes happening in Newington. Okay, let's see. Ms. Bertolti.
Yes.
Any comments, please?
No. We all, I think, had like meetings all of this last week. So at this point, I think everybody's getting a little burnt out.
Very, very good. Okay. And Rob, you get to wind it up. Rob went up. Rob, you went.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have nothing to say at this time. You stole my thunder when you asked me about the mattress recycling, so I've got nothing at this point.
Well, you're doing a great job. We're going to have something very, very exciting to go on.
Yes.
And then we'll work on the next thing that we could do because the mattresses, ladies, gentlemen, we get that thing finished and up and running. Mr. Hillman has just secured another 10 points for us. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Hillman. He didn't even know he was working on that. Aha, I see him laughing. All righty. Our next meeting will be April 8th, 2021. I got to double check my calendar because I've been having a rough time writing down either the date. Yeah, April 8th, thank you. At 2021 at 6:30. I assume we will continue to use Zoom. Are you there, James?
I am here. We still will be using Zoom at that time, as far as I've been made aware.
Okay, that's good. And we're done. So can I have a motion to close?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you, Joyce. And then we had a second and no one's gonna complain, right? Joe, you're seconding?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And we're all done? Everybody agree? Good night and thank you very much.
Right.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
All right.
Take care. Good night.